Hey.
Hey,
Here
Jace,
we
sorry,
go,
mate.
Rick. Here we go. We've all seen the new episode of Wandavision.
Oh,
And of
wow.
course, here I am shuffling the cards for our
Oh, shuffling the
weekly
card.
game that we'll be playing later on, Rick. And that
Nice,
is
nice,
for how well does Rick know the MCU.
nice.
Oh, my, Rick. If anyone had any complaints about where this show was going or how boring it was,
Mate,
I think that has been answered tonight.
tonight's episode was
Was
just
absolutely phenomenal, Rick. In my
amazing.
oh my! There was so much to it, and remember, we are
So much.
going to spoil the shit out of
We
this
are.
episode. So if you haven't seen WandaVision, as much as we like you watching, you may be better off going and watching something
Maybe
else.
go and then.
But holy
watch it later
moly,
and then come back.
it was an unexpected episode, Rick. I've got to say that straight off the bat. I wasn't expecting. I expected to see the next iteration of the sitcom.
You were like in the next. What we're up to 70s, so in the 80s.
That was what the last 3 episodes had done. They were just systematically along that sitcom. But here's Marvel, and they went in a completely different direction.
Big 360.
It is a giant episode of exposition, I think. We got told a lot of information in this.
We did.
It was a relatively short episode too, but it felt a long episode. There was just so much they crammed into this. Rick, I thought it was just one of the great things about the MCU is that, just when you think it's going to go one way, they go in different directions. Was the episode, what did you think, Rick, overall?
Oh, overall, I loved it. This episode really made you think. It really made you think about a lot of things. And then when I was watching, when certain events happened, which we'll get into, I was like thinking, oh, is that? And then, oh, maybe not. But it was so good to see certain people in this episode as well, which is great. But
don't bury the lead, Rick. We're talking about Jimmy Woo.
That's it, Jimmy Woo, Randall Park,
FBI agent.
Yeah, Randall Park,
and Darcy's back.
Darcy, Kat Dennings. So that was great.
1 and 2, yeah. Now she's back as a character and playing integral parts in this episode. But it is very much a origin story for Monica Rambeau, as well as servicing as a kind of background into what is really happening from the outside world's perspective. And it was done so well, And that opening, straight opening with fantastic. And I was obviously a bit thrown in the beginning because I'm expecting, it to be the 80s sitcom. But we're absolutely fantastic. We're getting an origin that she's in the hospital and she was somebody who'd been blipped.
Yeah, and then you start seeing other people.
But she comes back and lost 5 years and realizes she loses her mother, who obviously was Proton. That was her nickname? Proton in Captain Marvel.
So
but anyway, yeah.
So we're going to comment, Jace.
Yeah. I really enjoyed how they seem to be weaving the sitcom element into the actual story. It's not just a gimmick for us. 100%. 100%. I think, and tonight's episode really showed that. It really proved the fact that no, there is an absolute reason why this is happening, And I don't think it was a massive surprise to find out that Wanda was actually controlling the show. Controlling everything. I think a lot of people were saying beforehand, Rick, and I think you were one of them. That
I still think someone else is controlling it. Someone else is a puppet master, because there were certain things in that show which kind of made me think why. So
we'll get into that. We'll absolutely get into that.
That's just my
theory. I don't. I think it's pretty well evident, and I think that the episode showed that Wanda has created this because she's trying to protect herself. I mean, not to jump to the end of the episode, and again, spoilers. I should put a graphic down the bottom that says spoilers for I think. That she sees, absolutely shockingly out of place scene, but it just freaks me out right at the end to see Vision, the dead corpse.
Oh yeah, how good was that? You just get that little
absolutely amazing. I would just jump right
on the head.
Well, and we'll get to why that was so cool, but yeah, nah. And yeah, look, really, most of that episode, we are really following Monica Rambeau's. We get introduced to Sword in this.
Yes.
I felt it was the first time we got to see let's use their terminology, a terrestrial-based sword. I always imagined Sword was up in space in their little space station.
Makes sense. Which makes,
but you know,
it makes sense if you know who Maria is, and you know her in the comics, because she is obviously Carol Danvers.
I thought it was interesting. I didn't know that it was her mum that actually helped start Sword. So that obviously makes sense, being off the back of Marvel and her links with Nick Fury and everything else. So that was shocking too, that we were seeing Sword kind of as a working organization.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, excuse me, that great scene of seeing Jimmy Woo come back when they go to the town. It's kind of got this really weird David Lynchian aspect to that whole scene. When, you know, she turns up and there's Jimmy Woo, the FBI, outside the town with the two cops.
Yep, they got like amnesia or whatever.
Yeah, and he goes up to like Westview, and they're literally parked. And they have no recollection that that town exists at all, in any way, even though they're right on the edge of it. And I thought it was great kind of seeing, and I thought, okay, here we go. We're going to start to get explanations. And the show just was. It was gripping from the beginning, I thought. It just had my attention, you know.
Yeah.
And it certainly was an excellent. I mean, they're right on the money. They knew right when to go, okay, there's enough sitcom here, guys. We'll give you something different.
Perfect.
Just to keep you in on the show. And it was almost like, you know, you tip your hat to them. Yeah. Because it's almost like they knew that they couldn't sustain just going from. And I thought they were going to do it. I thought they were going to go from 80s to 90s to, like, they were just going to keep going through it. I don't know about you, Rick.
No, but look, maybe I think it was like perfect the way they did it, because, you know, people would have got bored with it if they kind of followed it through. But this made perfect sense. And then, you know, just the little attention to detail with, you know, the drone flying into the Westview, and then it, you know, turns into like an old style helicopter, and
which we had seen in the second episode.
So basically just recapping everything that happened in the first 3 episodes. But
you're right, and it's just done from a different POV. It's done it's done from Monica's kind of perspective, not from Wanda's perspective. It was incredible, Rick.
So look, it's just going to get better and better. But I still think there's just something there. Someone else is involved.
You think somebody else. I mean, obviously, one of the glaring things, if you remember, there was a scene when they started collecting data on the characters of the sitcoms. Yeah. So they're pinboard, you know, they got Wanda and they got Vision, and they
did you notice they didn't do Catherine Hahn?
No, they did do Agatha.
They didn't mention her at all.
They have not mentioned her yet, which obviously means that she may have something to do with this. And of course, she didn't hire Catherine Hahn just to. She's obviously a more important figure than the first thing.
For sure.
I still don't think Wanda's trapped. This is Wanda's doing it. Maybe she's the devil on the shoulder, but I just don't see Wanda being trapped. I think she's flipped the switch, man. She is in some extreme post-traumatic stress, and she's created that scenario.
She's created the world, Westview. She's done all that,
and she's got the power. She can do that without an Infinity Stone. You know what I mean? So, like, there's only how many? I mean, of course, in the MCU, anything can happen now. But as far as we know, character-wise, she's the only one who's got the ability to change reality. So she's got that power within her to do that. But But all will be told, and they did not certainly hold back this episode and how they were going to do that. You know what I really did love too? We got to see the same scene, but the extended cut, and that is when Monica gets kicked out of the episode. Yeah. And wow, wasn't that? We got to see, and that's why I'm going. She's doing it because she is pretty evil in that scene, Rick.
But then when you get to the end, when you actually look at it, she's like thinking, why did I do that? Why? You know what I mean? She had this. That's why I still think someone is obviously pulling the strings. I still, stopping her from doing what she's doing. So I don't know. But like you said, more to happen.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But you mentioned before there was a few things within this episode that made you feel like, you think that's what were some of the indicators?
Okay, well, that was one of them. Like, so when she's kicked her out, and then like Wanda just looks at it and just like, why did I do that? Who is she? Why? You know what I mean? And then she's just gone and fixed it up. But then when Vision comes in, it's like she completely changed. She's done a 360, and that to me sounds like someone's controlling her, because when Vision's asked her where she is, so you know what I mean. So it kind of.
But I would say that's her trying to block stuff out, because for me, when he walks in as the zombie Vision, and that's literally what it is, it's zombie Vision, which is so messed up when you think about that. Like, is that what's happening? Is his carcass being weekend at Bernie's around that village in reality? Like, is he like? Because that is bizarre if that's what's happening. So, but yeah, like that was an indicator that she didn't have full control of everything, And man, come on, in the episode, she literally says, I have control of everything.
Yeah, was that her saying that? That's what makes me think. Is there someone else trying to? Maybe I'm reading. I might be reading too much.
She's gone batshit crazy.
Or she's just gone, but
yeah. Remember, there was a dark side to her right from the get-go of that character. The people forget is that when she was introduced in Ultron, she was working for Strucker.
That's right.
They'd messed with her head so much that she was an evil side to her, which means if she loses control because of her, background and everything, she's more likely to lose control. That's what I think. But we can go into the debate. What did you think about having Darcy back?
Yeah, just quickly.
I had any criticism. It was sorry. Go on.
Someone just wants to say hello, Jace.
Hello, mate. Welcome to the show. Hope you enjoy it. We hope you watched Wandavision episode 4 before joining us. But thanks for that. Thanks for the support. Yeah.
I thought Daisy was great. Good choice to bring her that character back, because we haven't really had much really to do with Darcy. Obviously in Thor, and then
Thor the Dark World.
And there wasn't really much emphasis on her as a character. We had more of her. Eric was more of their character.
Look, let's face it. In the other movies, she was the punchline. Not a punchline at her, but she was just delivering punchlines.
Yes. So it was good to see her get a little bit more
wink, nod, audience perspective character. It looks like she's going to be more of a important role in this one.
Yeah.
But pretty kind of wow stuff. So I mean, let's just go this show now.
So Randall Park, he was great. He was awesome.
Oh, Jimmy Woo.
I think they still had it. So,
how great was his introduction? Did you pick up on that?
Which bit?
When he first sees Darcy, he goes, Jimmy Woo, and he flicks the business card. Because he learned the hand from Ant-Man.
Yeah.
He goes, how did you do that? So he's learned how to do it, which I thought was pretty kind of a nice.
So good. Yeah.
He's a great actor, that guy. Hey,
No,
definitely really great addition to the
good
show.
Chemistry between her and Darcy. So
yeah.
You can see a bit more. So.
So we're in agreement here, Rick. That was the best episode of the season so far, right?
Did we say that last week?
And it was.
It's true though, yeah.
I mean, what was it?
Yeah. I'm going to watch it again.
I think it was the episode that helped make the most sense to the audience. It cleared the, you know.
It needed to. It needed to.
You know what? In fact, it makes me think, why didn't they just drop the first 4 episodes at once? Like, I think about that now because I think maybe they should have done it that way because, I must admit, last week was good because we got real snippets. We could see the universe starting to crack. But another episode like that was going to be a hard push, you know? That was going to be a hard push. So
where do they go from here? That's the question.
Well, now I think you'll probably go back to the 80s sitcom next week.
So, okay. So when Monica flew back out, she was wearing 70s clothes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if it was a reality, why didn't she just pop back into her normal clothes that she went into with?
I have no idea, dude. And that's probably I don't know, because when she went into it, she was wearing
her normal clothes.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just look. Mona's ability to change reality doesn't mean that she's going to change it all back. You know, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's a little thing. Yeah. But I didn't. I must admit, I don't have too many negatives about the episode. It did feel a little bit weird, like walking into Sword, and because it's such a big deal for them to be introduced into the MCU, in my opinion, and to kind of get in Wandavision was a surprise, but a welcome one. It was, the only negative, it was very jarring, I would say, when I first started watching it, because I was expecting another sitcom. But, mate, I mean, what can you say about it?
They might go back to another sitcom. But look, I think it was definitely worth, they had to do it, and it was smart for Marvel to go down that path. Recap it from a different point of view. Those last,
and you know what? It did have a little bit of a Back to Future vibe going there, revisiting scenes and things like that. So it was
where they get all those old TVs from. That's why, geez.
Mate. Yeah, well, that was the one thing I went. When she immediately pulls this old
out of it.
Under the table from a temporary tented
talking
base.
Old school 40s TV. Like they just had a whole heap of them.
Well, they end up. I could buy that they got them in the end. You know what I mean?
But not straight away. Get me a TV.
Anyway, but
Still,
but it was good. I mean, I just thought they went so far in the episode. It felt like they revealed a lot in that episode, which I was very thankful for. You know what I mean? We got a lot of information, a lot of exposition where we now know what the kind of rules are in regards to what she's in. She's trapped in this town. She's taken over a town, literally, and using those people as her and that's where the dark side is. The innocent people being used as puppets. So it has a very sinister connotation to the whole thing when you think about the town. Because it wasn't like she just went to a paddock and created a reality. She's actually taken over a town. And that's
but then they had like radiation they had over the
which was safe level for now.
But then there was her frequency, which is what Kat Dennings' character tapped into, which then makes me think that's Wanda trying to communicate maybe on the outside world.
Oh no, I don't
know. I'm reading way into this, but that's
no way, man. Because every time there has been attempts from the outside world, she's rejected it.
Is that her rejecting it, or is that someone else rejecting it?
Oh no, man! You are.
I'm really going to be, man.
Seriously theorying this one out, Rick, mate. I'm going to say, I think it is what it is, but we'll
find out, guys. We'll find out.
You cannot guarantee whether you're right or wrong.
No, that's right.
You don't know.
That's the beauty of it, because this is the beauty of this show. It just really makes you think. And
it does. It really, really, makes you think. And this episode is one of the good ones, you know. And I certainly think it's one of the ones that we're going to be continuing to watch.
Yeah.
With far more great interest, unless it was another, we'll give you a bit of snippet here, a bit of snippet there, sitcom episode. But anyway, Rick, I think we've got to mix it up a little bit, mate. And I think that's that time of the week again when we're going to do a weekly segment of
Look Out.
Here we go. How well does Rick know the MCU? All right, I love this. Obviously, here I have a pack of playing cards, and each playing card is a movie with trivia questions. So what we're going to do, we're going to shuffle them. I'm going to try very hard to try to see them, the questions, but here we go. And with this one, I'm just going to pick blankly, and let's see which we have. We have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Oh,
you can see that. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. To see how we go here. I might need a little bit of help with the light here, so just bear with me for a sec. Let's have a look. Okay. I don't believe this. I'm going to have to go get my reading glasses.
Glasses, mate.
Yeah, one sec, guys. Apologies. Yeah.
Getting old, everyone. Jason's getting old.
That's how blind I am. Like that went in my reading glasses.
Really?
Yeah, no. They were older glasses, weren't that as good.
Okay.
But there we go. Here we go now. Now we're talking. Okay, which Ravager does Rocket tease about his name? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Which character is Rocket teasing? What about his name? Come on.
In the ship? Or is he talking?
That's right, folks. This is Wandavision live after show. We're just taking a break while we play. How well does Rick know the MCU? And the question being is, which Ravager does Rocket tease about his name? Come on, you got people screaming at you right now, Rick, from all around.
Anyone knows the comment, drop it.
No, they do not drop a comment. Do not drop a comment. It's an easy one. I'm going to count down from 5 now. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taserface.
The one with
Come on, Rick. Taserface. Unbelievable. There we go. What type of power does Mantis have? What's her power?
She makes people go to sleep.
Well, that's
she puts them in like
what is the title of that power? What does she got?
She puts them in like not a coma.
No. But when she touches somebody, what can she do?
She doesn't read their thoughts. She just puts them to sleep. Really?
No,
basically, that's what she does.
She reads her feelings, Rick. She's an empath.
Yeah, and that's why she was part of the
how many times have you actually watched the film, Rick?
Twice.
I'm being a dick here. Don't worry, there will be revenge. You'll be able to get back. Okay.
Yeah, she puts them to sleep.
Let's move on to the next one. Let's get through these. Who are Rocket and Groot charged with guarding when the Milano crashes on Burhurt? Who are Rocket and Groot charged with guarding when the Milano crash lands on Burbart? I think it's Burbart. I never could pronounce that. So you know how they split up, right?
Yeah, it's what's her name?
They crash land and then they split up. The giant egg. Who are Rocket and Groot?
Nabila, what's her name? The sister.
Yeah.
Nabila,
come on, dude.
The sister.
No. Nebula. I'm going to give you half a point for that one.
Yeah.
Here we go, Rick. Here we go. What does Mantis sense when she touches Peter Quill?
Oh,
Peter Quill. What does she feel?
He wants feelings for Gamora. He has feelings for Gamora.
Ding, ding. Well done, Rick. He does. Yes, fantastic.
And he wants to have sexual relations with Gamora.
So well done there, Rick. Last question before we get back to the Wanda live after show chat. Here we go. Which group has a flame as a symbol? Which group has a flame as their symbol? Don't overthink it. Do not overthink it.
Yeah, now you just said don't overthink it.
It's like their logo.
Frame, as in like a
flame, like a flame, like fire, flame.
Oh, a flame! I thought you said a flame.
No, a flame as their logo. It's like their logo, their symbol. Have we got you stuck there, Rick? We better move on here.
Yeah, move on.
Move on. The Ravagers, dude. Remember?
With Stallone.
With Stallone and with Yondu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that their symbol? The flame. I've got to watch it again. Yeah.
Oh, well, guys, that was it.
1 out of 5, guys.
Another episode of How Well Does Rick Know the MCU?
One of the
All right, let's get back into the AFTERSHOW. Wandavision show. One of the things I wanted to talk about was the lack of Paul Bettany in the episode.
Lack of both, really.
Yeah, it wasn't really their episode at all. We didn't get to see him much at all. We do get to see a bit more of the extended stuff where Vision is far more aware of what's going. He continues to be suspicious. Even though she's altering things, you can tell when we do get to see Vision, he is sensing things are not right and he should not be there. Which I thought was interesting, that him as a character, even though he's a zombie Vision, he's actually, he's still suspect to what's going on big time.
Yeah. Is there something in between for those characters, when they're trying to identify everyone, the names? There's got to be something.
When they like the pinboard and they had everybody,
all the names,
and they were saying this person's playing that person, this person.
Yeah.
Look, they're not. Look, I don't think they're actors. I think they've.
No, there's something.
I think they're people in the town that she's basically possessing, so she can fulfill the archetypes of characters that she needs for her sitcom. I think it's that devious and torturous and cruel that she's doing that. I mean, like, I think that's one of the things that I really love about this concept is you have taken over a town and literally brought people back from the dead or using them as a Weekend at Burmese style papa in Vision, and you're possessing people. And what's happened to the rest of them? They're, you know what I mean? Like,
that's right.
Yeah, I mean, how does Wanda come back from this? Like, that's the big question. How does that character come back to be a hero at any point in the MCU now? Because she's starting to cross lines, man. She's crossing lines.
And so at the beginning of the show, they obviously mentioned the population of the show, the town. I think it was like what?
3,500 people, dude.
So where are all these other people?
I assume at the moment, with the information given to me on tonight's episode, that they're all possessed and all part of this thing.
And who was Randall Park's character, Jimmy Woo, chasing? That's
what do you mean?
Oh, he said he's got a fugitive he's chasing.
Yes, that's right. There was a fugitive.
So
I don't really go back to it, do they?
No, that's what I mean. So there's got to be something there because he's kind of said like he just kind of like disappeared.
Yeah.
Like, so is it someone that's in the show, in this sitcom world? Yeah.
Like that's a good point. They didn't actually.
They didn't go on
come back at all, did they? With that, but yeah. I think the episode moved at such a pace, though. Like, there's a lot. I feel like it was a long episode, but it really wasn't. I mean, it was kind of short because by the time the credits started playing, like I think it was only like 28 minutes or something like that.
That's right, and then the credits.
The rest was just credits,
which was
really kind of insane. But I can't wait to hear what people think about this episode, Rick. You know, what are the reviews? What are the people who have even been watching now? If anyone wanted to make a comment about what they thought of the episode, because it's, I I would be stunned if this is not universally loved.
Mate, you're going to see it over the weekend now, the next few more days, you're just going to see people talk about this episode.
Rave about this
They are going to go on how good this episode and all the Easter eggs and everything.
I can see thousands of YouTube videos of conspiracy theories being made right now based on what's going on and based on what they've watched tonight.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely insane.
Which is good. Like I said before, this is what the show is all about. And it really makes you think and you have these theories.
Well, the MCU is an exclusive concept, isn't it? It's a film franchise that encourages discussion and fan base to get involved. Hence why we do this stuff every week,
Yeah.
So I think this is the type of television that is going to be water cooler, must talk about television. And this is one of those classic episodes where on Monday, if you're at work, you're going to be, and if anybody else is into Wandavision, you're going to be talking about this episode because it's one of those things. So if you guys have got any comments, mate, lay them out there for us. We'd love to know what people thought.
Let us know what you guys actually thought of the comment.
Yeah, I mean, like, did this change the game for you as a audience member? Did this thing someone like, look, if it keeps going down this, I'm checking out, or you're like, no, man, this makes sense, or did it annoy you? It may have not been your cup of tea for whatever reason. I'd love to know why.
Did you like it that they went this way, or would you have preferred maybe another?
No, I absolutely love that they did this. This is smart storytelling. That they've just gone, look, okay, we get it. We've set it up. We've given you a trilogy of what's going on, and now it's time to let you see what's happening behind the curtain. Yeah, and I think that's smart, and certainly now creates this ball of energy for the show that's going to project it into the next few episodes, because we're only at episode 4 of a 9-episode show. So we're getting close to halfway, but we're not halfway yet.
With that halfway mark, shit's going to start.
Yeah, well, next week will be the halfway mark of the season. And I certainly think at this point to be where we are is good.
Just going back, so when Monica got kicked out, and then you got that kind of towards the end of the movie, at the end of the episode.
Yeah,
Johnny comes up to her. Yeah. How you going? And then she starts going, "It's Wanda. It's all Wanda."
Yeah, which is another reason that sells me on why it is all Wanda. She's telling you that Wanda's controlling all this, but you still think no, but Wanda's being controlled by somebody else above.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just think.
Yeah, and you very well could be right, Rick. You could be right, and it wouldn't be a horrible way to go as a storytelling mechanism that she's been manipulated. But I kind of wish it's not true.
But why she did manipulate it?
Because I think that's an escape.
Where did she end up?
That's too much of an easy escape for Wanda. For her to be controlled, I think it's more interesting for the character as a storytelling canvas that she has a breakdown. I think the MCU want to start tackling these big issues with, and you know what? I think I hope they've taken the brave way to go, no, look, in a way, this show's about mental health, the breakdown of someone's mental health, and I would, make it, but she's being controlled, so it's not her fault. Doesn't sit well with me. I think it's a bit of a cheat. I would rather see Wanda Wanda is actually the villain because she has been in the comic books. She's never been pure in the comic books. You know what I mean? And I tell you what, I bet you Elizabeth Olsen is down to go evil for a while. Why not? Where does this character arc finish? She met somebody else. Vision comes back to life. You know what I mean? I think if I was her, I'd be like, let's make her the villain. Let's let her go out with a bang. Certainly, would be interesting, eh? Like, you're going to see Doctor Strange and she's the big bad villain that they're trying to stop. And which I think is the fact, because why bring in all these characters from other movies and stuff over not only Doctor Strange, but in Spider-Man? Who else has got the power to make reality, bring people back to life? It's Wanda. But there you go. That's my theory. But I'm so happy with tonight's episode. It was a great
That's
episode.
what it's all about.
Can't wait to rewatch it.
So good.
My son, unfortunately, had to go out tonight. He usually watches it with me every week. So my wife worked tonight, so I actually watched it.
Oh, you were solo tonight, mate.
I was watching a solo tonight, so I will be definitely 100% watching it in the morning again. I can tell you that much. So, no, should be good. Should be good. So, yeah, man. Well, that's it for me, Rick. I think we're pretty well done. What a great show again, Rick. Thanks for everyone who was watching. Next week it'll be the same time again, guys. We kick into episode 5 of Wandavision. It's going to be huge.
And don't forget to catch us on Monday night as well for our live show. Yeah.
So we kind of just go, and it's a show I love doing too, because we just basically go over the show stories, some of the interesting stories of the week. That we've picked up on, generally around movies and TV. And, I'm going to start doing a bit more gaming this time. So I guarantee you're going to have a gaming story every week too to talk about. Just to throw it in the mix, Yeah, mix up. But yeah. So, all right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. Keep on with the comments. Rick, how do they get in touch with us?
Guys, all you need to do is drop us a comment down below for the video. Also, give us a thumbs up. We'd really, really appreciate it. Follow us on all our social media sites. Hit that notification bell. Hit that subscribe button, the like button, share. Do everything, guys. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all your support.
Brilliant work, guys. We will see you next time.
Bye for now.